When the lights turned on, my husband, whom I believed warned me not to turn the lights on, was nowhere to be found at the dining table. Where did he go? He was just here a minute ago and he even spoke to me. The whole dining area was quiet. But when I looked at the table, the food I served was gone. Then I saw this long, slimy thing crawling like an earthworm. I screamed, but my scream was caught in my throat. No sound was coming out, no matter how hard I screamed. I staggered backward, and then I heard footsteps coming from the kitchen. I panicked. A voice, that of my husband, came. "Honey, are you right? You look scared." As he tried to hug me, I shouted, "Get away from me. You are scaring me. I don't understand you anymore." He looked at me in confusion and asked, "What do you mean by that?" I said, "Stop pretending." With my eyes full of tears, I continued, "You were here eating while the lights were off. But when I turned the lights on, you were gone. The only thing on the table was this." As I pointed at the table, I realized that the creature was gone. The table looked spotless. My husband walked to me, pulled me into his arms and said, "Honey, there is nothing here." I finished eating and I took the plate to the kitchen. The food was just too delicious that I rushed it. "So stop imagining things. Let's go to bed. It's bedtime." I told him to go ahead, that I wanted to watch a TV program. He kissed me goodnight and went to bed. As I fixed my eyes on the TV screen, my mind was far away. I was just bodily present. So many questions ran through my mind. What do I do? Is my husband real? The thought of what people will say if I leave the marriage that is not even up to a year overwhelmed me. And again I thought, maybe I was overreacting. Was I seeing things? I couldn't sleep that night. The next morning before I went to work, I started to confide in my husband's longtime friend, who also happened to be our neighbor. I told him everything that happened last night. His face changed immediately. "That's strange," he said. "I've known your husband for long. I can't believe this. You know what? I would like to witness this myself." Then he came closer and whispered, "Tonight, listen. When he eats, text me. I'll come over. If what you say is true, you must involve your family. Something has to be done. Urgently." I nodded in relief. But what I didn't know was that he was already part of something darker with my husband. In the evening of that day, I came home early, not feeling well. From inside, I heard my husband rush back. Before he reached to our door, our neighbor called him. So he stopped where our neighbor walked to him. They didn't know I was home. I stood by the door. My heart almost jumped out of my mouth as I eavesdropped on them. Our neighbor said with a low voice, "I don't trust your wife. I told you she's going to ruin things for us. Look at what she did last night." My husband was shocked and asked him how he knew. The neighbor leaned closer. His words as cold as ice. He said, "Do the needful before it's too late." My husband's voice was heavy and said, "She's carrying my child." Our neighbor smiled and said, "This is even better. What are you waiting for?" Tears blurred my vision. I couldn't listen anymore. "Oh my God," I screamed. My husband and his friend turned slowly. Their eyes looked with mine. Right there, I knew my end has come.